My name is Martha. I'm 45 years old. I work as a dental hygienist, and I live in the quiet suburbs of Columbus, Ohio. They say blood is thicker than water, but have you ever noticed the only people who actually use that phrase are the ones actively trying to drown you? Every American family has a designated doormat. For 25 long, exhausting years, that doormat was me. I was the reliable one. I hosted Thanksgiving because my house was lived in, which was my mother's polite way of saying it wasn't nice enough to worry about spilling wine on. My older sister, Susan, was the golden child. She drove a leased BMW she couldn't afford and spoke entirely in backhanded compliments. My mother, Eleanor, was the master architect of every single family guilt trip. For decades, I just took it. I smiled when Susan brought a backup turkey to my house because she didn't trust my cooking. I kept the peace. But the breaking point wasn't a burnt dinner. It happened at my daughter's high school graduation party. Lily had earned a full academic scholarship to a state college. We were so incredibly proud. Then my mother stood up to give a toast to the crowd. She raised her glass and said, "State school is a wonderful option for girls who need a forgiving environment. Not everyone can be Ivy League like Aunt Susan, but Lily will make a lovely nurse or something." Lily cried in her room. I didn't yell. Instead, a strange, icy calm washed over my entire body. I realized you cannot reason with people who enjoy your pain. You just dismantle them. My parents' golden anniversary was 6 months away. My mother wanted a massive blowout at the country club and naturally expected me to plan it all. I played my part perfectly. I said, "Mom, don't worry about a thing." Because I was handling the arrangements, she gave me all her passwords to pull old photos for a slideshow. When you have access to people's digital lives, you find everything. I discovered Susan hadn't sold a house in years and was drowning in massive debt. But worse, I found out my mother was quietly siphoning hundreds of thousands from my father's retirement to pay Susan's mortgage. And the cherry on top? An email from my mom saying they only attended Lily's party because it made Dad feel better to pretend I wasn't a total disappointment. I just hit save. The anniversary arrived. The ballroom was packed with 200 of their closest socialite friends sipping champagne. After Susan gave a fake, tearful speech about honesty, my mother took the mic. She proudly announced I had made a slideshow of their 50 years together. "Sure thing, Mom," I said over the PA system. "Let's look at what it takes to maintain a perfect American family image." I pressed play. It didn't start with a wedding photo. It started with a massive screenshot of the bank transfers, with bright red circles around the secret withdrawals paying for Susan's lifestyle. The string quartet stopped dead. You could hear a pin drop. My mother went completely pale and shrieked into the microphone that the machine was broken. "It's not broken, Mom," I said. Next slide. Up flashed Susan's foreclosure notice. A gasp rippled through the crowd. My dad stood up, furious and confused, staring at the screen. "Look at the dates, Dad," I said smoothly. "Look where your retirement went." Then I clicked to the final slide. The email calling me a disappointment projected in 10-foot letters. The suffocating silence that followed was the most beautiful music of my life. As I walked out, my mother hissed that I'd ruined the family. I looked right at her. "No, Mom, I just turned on the lights." It's been 2 years. My dad filed for divorce and cut Susan off. My mother resigned from her club in total disgrace. My daughter is thriving in college, and Thanksgiving at my house has never been more peaceful. Sometimes taking out the trash is the only way to breathe.